Tonight on Newsbeat,
a way for those staying on campus this Thanksgiving to celebrate.
The LSU team breaking records this season.
And the LSU student appearing on a popular game show. All this and more, Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Birdie O'Connell.
And I'm Georgia Peck. Thanks for joining us.
Early Thursday morning, LSU alerted students about a report of shots fired near Dalrymple and West Lakeshore Drives. After an investigation, officers in LSU reported that there's no further threat to campus, but many students are still on edge as incidents like these are increasing around Baton Rouge. In the wake of the uprising crime and safety concerns across campus, Feminists in Action held a rally to raise awareness. Reporter John Hodges has more.
Authority. Our safety should be your priority.
Yesterday, Feminists in Action held its first ever campus safety rally in the school courtyard.
The main purpose of it is to bring attention from upper administration to our concerns, both as Feminists in Action officers and also members and students here on campus. We have a list of demands about different things regarding our safety.
The most imperative of these requests is to replace the Shield app for a more reliable safety system.
We're unhappy with the way the Shield app works. If your phone dies or if you have bad service, I have T-Mobile. It's not good in Baton Rouge, so if I tried to report something on the Shield app or something, it probably wouldn't work because cellular sucks here.
Student Zachary Bonzer knows that a lack of some cell providers' service and the fact that students may not always have their phone charged can make the Shield app ineffective against danger. Instead, Feminists in Action propose LSU enact the Blue Light System, a decades-old safety system adopted by colleges across the nation, proven effective in reducing crime.
The Blue Light System is a system that a lot of universities have, and it's basically like a light pole with a blue light on top, and you can press a button that alerts the university police department. And the whole premise is that if you're standing at one blue light, you can always see at least one other one. So say you're being followed by someone, you can keep going and keep hitting the buttons so you don't have to stay stationary in one place, and the police can follow you and figure out where you are.
Other safety demands made by the group include better lighting on campus, enhanced LSU PD procedures, and to regain partnership with sexual trauma awareness and response. To see the full list of demands and to sign their petition, visit this link shown on screen. For Tiger TV, I'm John Hodges.
Stating their demands to make campus a safer environment.
Thanksgiving is a week away and students are getting ready to go home to visit family for the break. However, those who live out of state have a different way of celebrating the holiday.
Campus is already looking festive for the holidays as students finalize their Thanksgiving plans.
I'm going to go back to my hometown in Lafayette for Thanksgiving with my grandma.
But other students that can't travel home for Thanksgiving celebrate in a different way.
I had recently talked to a student about how when they were a freshman, their Thanksgiving was going into somebody else's dorm and just eating food and talking, and I thought that was so sweet just because they weren't able to make the 3-day weekend trip. 3 days just to go to a different state and then come back, that's way too expensive. But there's always ways to connect back to your family. There's FaceTiming and calling, but I think college is also around making your friends and talking to them and kind of separating from that realm.
Thanksgiving doesn't just have to be for family. Having a Friendsgiving is a great alternative for students that can't make it home, but also an opportunity to celebrate the holidays with your friend's family.
Because ultimately there's two types of families in this world. There's the bloodline family, which you can never get rid of, and then there's the friends family that you choose to be a part of. And so our little friends families meeting up, we're going to have some meals, maybe watch some bad movies, laugh, and have a great time.
If you don't have any Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving plans, check TigerLink to see what on-campus events are happening so you still have a chance to celebrate. Coming up, we'll find out how the Tigers look to focus on the UAB Blazers this Saturday. Don't go anywhere.
Tiger TV, LSU's student-run broadcast news station.
We're bringing you 4 newscasts a week covering all things LSU.
Our news team is covering all the stories you need to know from LSU's campus and the Baton Rouge community.
And our sports team has you covered on the Tigers from the field to the court.
Tiger TV, sports, news, you.
Watch us on WBRZ 2+, Channel 11 at 11:10.
And now, a Tiger Sports Update.
Welcome back to Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Rajan Valdez here with your report on all things LSU sports. The LSU women's basketball team got their 4th straight win in the PMAC yesterday morning. Sports reporter Madeline Erickson has more on the story.
The LSU women's basketball team beat Houston Baptist this morning, making them the first team in women's history to score over 100 points in their first 4 games of the season. The Tigers remain undefeated and got to showcase their talent in front of a packed house for LSU's annual field trip game.
I mean, you know, it's 11 in the morning, and just being able to have, you know, those kids there cheering us on and just being able to see us perform, I think we kind of fed off of that a lot, like Coach said, and, you know, we just wanted to make it fun for them.
The Tigers had their best 3-point shooting game of the season as they shot 60% compared to Houston Baptist's 33% behind the arc. However, Coach Mulkey wants her team to focus on the foundation and not just the threes.
All of them can score. There's not anybody on my team that can't score the ball. But you can't all touch the ball and let me shoot. You got to have assists, you got to have rebounding, you got to have steals, you got to defend. And it's amazing what can be accomplished when no one cares who receives the credit. And that's what we're going to try to be about.
All 5 of LSU's starters finished in double figures, with SEC Co-Player of the Week Angel Reese scoring 29 points. LSU has dominated every game this season by outscoring their opponent by at least double and scoring 100+ points, breaking a school record. The Lady Tigers will take on Northwestern State this Sunday in the hopes of continuing their streak. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Maddie Erickson.
LSU's dominant offense has been put on display with a total of 444 points to start the season. The Purple and Gold have been dominating their opponents in a historical fashion since the beginning of the season. However, Coach Kim Mulkey does not want to focus on her team's offensive ability, but on what they do defensively in the game.
I loved our defense. You know, I get a stat sheet, and there's only one thing on there I circle every game. What did we allow them to shoot from the field? It's the only thing I care about. Can't tell you who had what stats until after the game, and somebody go, God, Coach, she was so close to getting 10 rebounds. God, okay, all I want to see.
Now from the court to the gridiron. Even after securing their spot to play in the SEC Championship, the LSU football team is sticking with Coach Kelly's motto, what's important now? The Tigers have narrowed their focus on Saturday's matchup against the UAB Blazers despite the buzz around the Bulldogs. It will be their last game in Death Valley this season and a bittersweet moment for seniors and players. Even though there's been a lot of noise about LSU's playoff chances, the team blocks it all out. According to the players, that is one of the keys to their success this season, along with treating every opponent the same no matter their reputation or record.
A lot of people think that UAB is a lesser opponent, but we're treating them as a high opponent. So we just stick to the script so that we could handle every situation right then and there so we could dominate each week. So when you look back, it's just piece by piece by piece, and then it comes together as a whole.
That's all for this Tiger Sports Update. When we come back, we have an exclusive interview with the newest contestant of a popular game show. Don't go anywhere. Time to show him who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to bronze.
You're Tiger TV, LSU's student-run broadcast news station.
We're bringing you 4 newscasts a week covering all things LSU.
Our news team is covering all the stories you need to know from LSU's campus and the Baton Rouge community.
And our sports team has you covered on the Tigers from the field to the court.
Tiger TV, sports, news, you.
Watch us on WBRZ 2+, Channel 11 at 11:10.
Welcome back. I'm here with LSU senior and Tiger TV alumnus Chris Langley. And Chris was just recently announced as a contestant on the popular game show Wheel of Fortune. So Chris, tell us, why did you apply for the show in the first place?
Yeah, of course. So when I was growing up, me and my dad would always watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune after we ate dinner. We'd always have a friendly competition to see who would do better for each episode. While he always beat me at Jeopardy, I always managed to beat him at Wheel of Fortune. And as I grew older and older, my dad kept telling me, try it out. You might be a great contestant. And after thinking about it for many years, I decided by the time I was in college, why not? And apply.
So what was that application process like?
So you can apply directly on their website. They have a full page where you can apply to become a contestant. I did that. I submitted a video, which they strongly recommend. In the video, I mentioned why I'd be a great contestant. A few months later, I was invited to do an audition. And after I completed the audition, they told me that if I was chosen to be a contestant, they would let me know in a few weeks. And a few weeks later, I got the email.
So being a former member of Tiger TV, was there anything that you learned here that helped you with this experience?
If anything, it's just being comfortable in front of the camera. I mean, I did Tiger TV for 2 years. I reported for 2, produced for 1, and I just got very comfortable in being in front of the camera. And when I was heading to LA, I told myself, you know what, I'll be calm and cool under pressure with the cameras, and I think it went out that way.
All right, thank you, Chris. Baton Rouge, you can tune in to see how Chris did on WBRZ TV Channel 2 on Monday, November 21st at 6:30 p.m. Any other areas, you can check your local listings. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Gracie Guillot.
Monday's Wheel of Fortune episode will no doubt be an exciting one.
I will definitely be tuning in, and hopefully Chris won big. That's all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat. I'm Birdie O'Connell.
And I'm Georgia Peck. Have a great night, Tigers.